Hey, what's up? It's time for 30 minutes of abs and core exercises, Pilates style, of course. Hi, I'm Preston. All you'll need is a mat today and maybe some water. Let's get started with a quick warm-up, then move into our first plank of the year. All right, we'll start with some cat and cow movements to warm up. Come to all fours. Drop the stomach. Look up towards the center of the corners of your room for the cow. Exhale, round the back, push the mat away. We'll do one more of each. Inhale, drop the stomach, look up towards the corners of your room. Exhale, round the back. Push the mat away. Let's come back to all fours. Great job. Minimize that. There we go. From all fours, let's lift the left arm up to the sky. Thread it underneath the right armpit. Rest the left shoulder on the floor, left temple. Walk your right hand forward. Upper back stretch. All right. On your next exhale, walk your right hand back to center. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right arm comes up to the sky. Thread it underneath the left armpit. Walk your left hand forward. Right temple rests on the mat. So we're going to do 30 minutes of abs and core. We're going to start off with a plank. Since it's a new year, I reset the plank timer to 60 seconds. Come back up to all fours. From here, we'll stretch out our abs, extend our lower back, drop your pelvis to the mat, exhale. Push your shoulders away from your ears, look up, high cobra. Exhale again, drop the pelvis even closer to the mat. Then on your next inhale, sit back into a child's pose. Remember, if you want, you could type to me. Just open up your chat box. Type some words. Try and push your weight back to your heels as you reach your arms forward. Also, if you follow or subscribe while I'm on the air, you get a shout out. And of course, let's start our first plank. You're already watching longer than the average viewer. They only watch for a little over 2 minutes and then they tune out. I wonder why. All right, so we're doing a plank here, straight arm plank. Push the mat away. 1 minute plank. You have your abs engaged, your wrists underneath your shoulders. You're squeezing your butt. You're looking down at the mat. You could also be doing a forearm plank, so your forearms bear most of the weight. You're still doing the same ab engagement, squeezing your butt, keeping your butt in line with your shoulders. Only 10 more seconds left. We were almost up to a 3-minute plank there at the end of last year, but I think we should start the timer over, focus on some more other exercises. Let's walk our hands back, shift our weight back to our heels for a quick child's pose before we start our abs and core journey. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Let me turn around this way. Move this out of the way. Let's come to all fours. We'll do some bird dogs and then add on from there. So from all fours, let's extend the right leg back and left leg forward. So we're in the classic bird dog position. Reach your right leg back as high as your hip and your left arm forward. Squeeze your abs in. And we're just going to hold this. And from this position, let's take the left arm out to the side and right leg out to the right. So left arm making a straight line from your shoulder out, right leg making a right angle out from your right hip. Keep that right leg lifted. Maybe try and reach it a little bit more to the right every time. And then on your next exhale, let's bring everything back to the center. And then let's drive our left elbow to our right knee. Try and get them to touch. You can round your back here. Great work. And then let's place everything back down on the mat. Shift your weight around. Get back to neutral. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg extends out back. Right arm extends forward. Engage those abs. Really reach your right arm forward and your left leg back at the same time. Left leg is hip height. And from here, let's move our right arm out to the right straight line from the right shoulder to the right hand. And then move your left foot, your left leg extended out over to the left as much as you can, while still able to engaging your abs. Reaching that left leg out long, holding that right arm up nice and high, engaging your abs. Alright, and then let's bring that back. Right arm long, left leg reaching back. Then drive your right elbow towards your your left knee. Right elbow towards your left knee. And place everything back down on the mat. We'll take a quick child's pose here. Sit back towards your heels. Extend your arms out long. Great work so far. All right. Let's flip our legs around. Make your legs into a V so they're extending out the corners of either end of the mat. We are going to practice sawing off our feet. So sit up nice and tall from here. You can always bend your legs if that allows you to sit up even taller. Nice straight back. Extend your arms out to a T. Then twist over one direction. I'm twisting to my right. And then I'm going to take my left hand and saw off my right foot 3 times. And then back to center. Arms out to a T again. Twist over to the other side this time. To the left. Right hand saws off the left foot 3 times. Back to center. We'll do 2 more each side. Go at your own pace. Really sit up nice and tall every time, hinging forward at the hips. Trying to keep your back as flat as possible. 1 more each side. When you come back to center, try and reset your posture to sit up nice and tall. Last one. Nice work. From here, let's try an open leg rocker. So from this position, let's bring our legs in the tabletop. So our legs are still as wide as our shoulders, as our hips. You can keep your legs here, or you can also try and extend your legs out long. Let me try and do this here. And then from either position, we're going to rock back to our shoulder blades, then rock up in that open leg rocker. So your legs are as wide or a little bit wider than your shoulders. Inhale on the way back, exhale on the way forward. Hold your balance for as long as you can up there, maybe 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Inhale on the way back. exhale on the way forward. We'll try and do 2 more of these. Maybe straighten your legs this time. And then last one. Nice work. From here, let's bring our legs to a diamond shape. So our legs are still on tabletop. Heels and feet are together. Legs are making a diamond shape. And we'll roll slowly down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your head touches the mat. Then bring your knees into your chest. Rock your knees from side to side. Turn your head left and right. All right, nice work. Let's get in some Pilates 100s. Got to do that every time. Or Joseph Pilates would banish me from doing this. All right, Pilates 100s. Let's curl the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Bring the legs into tabletop. Make sure your lower back is secure on the mat. Straighten your arms. Raise your arms a couple inches off the mat. You can have your legs in tabletop or extend them out long, gluing your heels, feet, knees, inner thighs together. And let's pump our arms vigorously at our sides for 100 repetitions. You inhale for 5 reps, and then you exhale for 5 reps. Don't worry, I'll try and count us to 100. I'll get as close as we can. Remember, you can keep your legs in tabletop out to 45 degrees, or maybe a little higher. You want to try and minimize the movement between your hips and your shoulders, so everything, all the movement is coming out of your shoulders. We'll do 1 more round. Inhale for 5, and then exhale for 5. Bring your legs in, lower your head. Rock yourself from side to side. Turn your head right and left. I was supposed to do this at 7 a.m., but guess what? I slept in. All right, let's try the series of 5 now. That's where we do 5 different exercises in a row, 5 repetitions. Why not? First exercise, let's curl our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Stare at your thighs. Interlock the hands behind your head. Extend your legs out to 45, gluing your ankles, shins, knees, inner thighs together. You're still looking at your inner thighs. Maybe curl up an inch higher, elbows nice and wide. Take your right elbow, cross it over past your left knee, keeping your right hip on the mat, then back to center. Don't drop any of that energy. Then take your left armpit, your left elbow past your right knee. Keep your elbows nice and wide, back to center. We'll do each side 5 times at your own pace, slow and controlled, never dropping your legs, never dropping your head, neck, or shoulders. Last one each side. Great job. Keep your head up, hands still behind your thighs, legs in the tabletop. Extend your right leg out long. Take that right elbow to left knee, and then switch your legs, left elbow to right knee. Legs reach out at a 45-degree angle just above your hips. 3, 4, 4, and 5, and 5. Great job. Bring your legs back to tabletop. Let's see. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat if they are not. Arms reach out next to your ears, nice and long, up to that corners behind you. Then you extend your legs out, same angle. Then sweep your arms around, grab your ankles. We'll do 4 more of these, really reaching behind you, really reaching those legs out in front of you, keeping your head off the mat. Imagine you had a tennis ball under your chin. 2 more of these. Last one, hold it out, then bring it in. Last exercise in the series of 5, we will take our right hand outside our right ankle, left hand closer to us, next to our shin, extend the left leg out long, 45 degrees. Then we switch our legs, switch our hands, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders curled up off the floor. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. All right, bring your knees in. Finally, let your head come towards the mat. Rock your knees from side to side. Turn your head left and right. All right, let's do some bridges, pelvic lifts. We'll start off with both legs on the ground, then graduate to one leg straight up. So first, place your hips, your lower back on the mat. Your feet should be kind of under your knees. Maybe knees are slightly behind your feet. Hands pressed down on the mat, arms as well. Take a nice big inhale. Then on the exhale, peel your pelvis up, vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone, until you're at your highest point, and then we'll hold that. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale each vertebrae down, bone by bone, onto the mat. All right. Let's extend our right leg up to the sky this time. Do the same pelvic lift. Take a nice deep breath in. Then peel your pelvis up once again with that right leg as straight as you can make it. Hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, lower each vertebrae down to the mat. Place the right foot down on the floor. Extend the left leg up this time. Straighten your left leg as much as you can, really reaching your foot towards the ceiling. And then take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, peel your pelvis up vertebrae by vertebrae. And then at the top, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Take a nice big inhale. Then on the exhale, lower each vertebrae down to the mat. Hips are the last thing to touch, then your left foot comes down to the mat. Bring your knees in, rock from side to side, turn your head left and right. I'm going to grab a quick drink of tea here. Throat is kind of dry. Alrighty then. Put that over here for now. Alright. From here, let's do some leg circles, working our lower abs and inner thighs. So let's extend that right leg back up to the sky. Left foot slightly ahead of the left knee. Pelvis glued to the mat. Hands down by your side. And then circle your leg out to the right, down, around, and up. Turn out your right foot a little bit so your right toe is reaching to the right side of the room. Straighten your leg as much as you can. Minimize the movement on the mat, so the only thing moving should really be your right leg. Your left leg is still. Your torso is still. Hands planted on the mat. Let's reverse the circle, other direction, counterclockwise. Right foot still pointed out. Helps engage your inner thighs, your right inner thigh. If you feel like you're wobbling a lot, make the leg circles smaller. The goal here is to minimize that wobbling, engage the core muscles. We'll do one more leg circle this direction. Place the right leg back down on the mat. Leg circles on the other side. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Turn the left leg out so the left toes are pointed towards the left side of the room. We'll cross over to the left, down, around, and up. Keeping that right leg as still as possible. minimize the torso movements. We'll do 3, 2, and last one. Great job. Let's reverse the circle. Remember, left toes are pointed to the left side of the room as much as possible, making that inner thigh activate. We'll do 3, 2, and last one. Great job. Bring that left leg down. Bring your knees into your chest. Stir your legs around in one direction. And then let's stir our legs around in the other direction. Nice work. All right, let's do some windshield wiper motions with our torso. So curl your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Look at your thighs or your belly button. Make sure you have room in between your chin and your chest, like a tennis ball or a grapefruit. Reach down by your sides, palms facing down, knees bent. We're going to reach for our heels, rotating or bending our torso right and left, trying to reach for our heels. If you can reach your heels, you can always move your feet out a little bit more. Try and increase that torso bending left and right. And then let's stop here. Flip our palms up so our palms are facing towards the sky, and continue that same motion, doing some windshield wipers with our palms facing up. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's do a couple of side planks, shall we? Flip on over one side of your mat. For me, I'm lying on my right side. Right forearm is supporting my weight. My right elbow's beneath my right shoulder. Going to extend my legs out long, stagger my feet, lift my hips up to the sky, raise the left hand up to the sky. We'll pulse the hips up for 5, 4, 3, and on the last one, we'll hold our pulse up, circle the left wrist, hover that left leg hip height for 3, 2, and 1. Place the left leg down. Let's smoothly transition to the other side. Forearm plank, then left forearm supporting most of our weight. Our feet are staggered. Right hand raises up to the sky. Let's pulse our hips up for 5, 4, 3. On the last one, we'll hold it up. Circle that right wrist. Raise that right leg up hip height for 3, 2, and 1. Raise or put the right leg down. Come back to that forearm plank. Let's do a body sawing. So earlier we sawed off our feet. This time we'll turn our torso into a saw. Come to a forearm plank. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Engage your abs. Feet are either together or hip distance apart. And we'll just rock our weight forward and back. Forward and back. Don't forget, we have one more plank at the end of this session for 1 minute and 1 second. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. Knees come wider than your hips. Sit back to a child's pose. Great work. Walk your hands over to one side of the mat. Side body stretch. Shift your weight. Shift your hips over to the other side. And then let's walk our hands over to the other side of the mat while we shift our hips opposite our hands. All right, let's come back to center. We have about 1.5 minutes before our final plank. Let's practice a few Pilates roll-ups before we go. So let's roll on down to the mat. We'll try straight-legged roll-ups this time. So roll on down to the mat. Extend your legs out long. Glue your legs together. Raise your arms up to the sky. And let's peel ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone. Grab behind your thighs if you need assistance. And then let's gently fold forward when we get up to the top. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders down and back. Let's roll back. Arms out straight. Nice and slow. Vertebrae by vertebrae, as slow as you can go. And then when your hands reach up to the ceiling, your head touches the mat. Let's try for one more, nice and slow and controlled. Each vertebrae rolls up. I always get stuck right here. I use a little bit of momentum. Reach forward, then towards your ankles. All right, let's get ready for the last plank of the day. Flip on over, hands and knees. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. You're in that plank for 1 minute and 1 second. Every time we do a plank here, we add on 1 second. Since this is our first plank of the new year, we started the session off with a 1 minute plank. Now we're up to a minute and a second. So I'm doing a straight arm plank. Hands are underneath the elbows and the elbows are underneath the shoulders. I'm squeezing my abs in, I'm squeezing my butt. You can also try and create a really straight line from your shoulders to your hips by possibly raising your hips up a little bit, but you don't want your hips to go above your shoulders. Then your abs aren't doing anything. So let's come back to that plank. Oh, and that's it. Great job. Let's sit back to a child's pose, cool down time. Friendly reminder, you can always drop to your knees whenever we do planks. But try and support your body weight some of the time. Still in that child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. I'm so used to the longer planks that we had at the end of the year. We'll get back into them though. All right, let's come to all fours again. Do that cat and cow movement. Inhale, drop your stomach, arch your back, look up towards the corners of the room. Exhale, push the mat away, round your back. Let's shift our weight back to our heels. So we'll do one more moving cat and cow. So inhale, drop the stomach, look up for the cow, then push the mat away, round the back. Shift your weight back to your heels for the cat. Nice work. Let's do another cobra. So you walk your hands forward, top of your mat, drop your pelvis down. And then drop your pelvis. I am not done working on my girl muscles, and I am not trying to attract a mate. Thank you for your questions. From here, let's do that final stretch. Reach up from the left arm, thread it underneath the right, rest your left shoulder on the mat, walk your hands forward. All comments are welcome, all questions are welcome, no matter how silly they are. And walk your hand back to the center. Reach the right arm up to the sky and then thread it underneath the left. Right shoulder comes down to the mat. Walk your left hand forward. I always find it funny when people think Pilates are just for girls, but it really helps build the building blocks for doing the manly man exercises really well. Provides a good foundation so you don't hurt yourself, so you can lift more weight, etc., etc. Anyways, let's take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and you are all done.